down, Mike Jack, hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now, cool. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Lose it on my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's punted out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Second and 7. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 11. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. Now Jones. Yeah, he'll find Hall. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On second down, here's Barkley. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, That would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Dancing away at the 35. And some room to run now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Barkley on the counter, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Brian Asamoah making the play defensively, meeting him behind the line for a loss.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
The coverage they saw break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Skirts by him at the 35. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they just...
Touchdown, Vikings!
KJ Osborne, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Throwing deep for Galladay. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 85 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's 21-3. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. To a hit, and the ball is out. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call a new gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Gano's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it.
Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going going for 6. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
From the 24, Tua. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as he comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. 36 yards on the play.
Here we go, set. Ready?
Cook up the gut. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Yeah, he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And a rout is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the 1st half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the 2nd half.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
They run again on first down. Cook. With 207 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here's Jordan Berry now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And Graham on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
A solid stiff arm. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 45 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yes.
There he goes, left side. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones looking for Shepard deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Jones off the play fake. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Jones and Shepard with a connection there for a Giants first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. Yards remaining on second down. Off the bootleg, Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Barkley. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 15 and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Well, they got the They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Jackson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley hit, and the ball pops free. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go, set.
And they take a knee. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one. Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Vikings, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win.
Boys make major moves, still the same ones that I came with. Up in a payment, told you we nothing to play with. Guess some things unchangeable. Me and my thirst insatiable. Till we all big time. Face on my rollie on big time. Face on my goals, that's a big climb. Still my flow is unshakable. Run it up, I cannot quit it. I need it, I ain't where I wanna be. I can admit it. Never submitting, I'm fighting my darkest of thoughts. I am a force. I harbor the light that's inside of my